Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I'm excited for you. I love that this week has. I have a confession to make. I literally just did my whole live and I forgot to push go live. I'm looking at myself and I'm watching it and I thought the camera was on. See, little bits of forward movement, right? I did a live last week. Oh man. Okay, I hope you guys are ready because I've got some great stuff for you. So, but before I jump in, I just want to say how encouraged I am by what I've seen this past week. So if you don't know me, my name is Brooke Waters. I am founder of Path to Wholeness. You can check out our website, pathtoWholeness.org. I'm a firm believer in the truth that you're made whole, you're not lacking anything, and that you're a good gift. And so our community right now, we've created this little community called The Shift, where we've all desired some movement in some area in our life, mind, body, spirit, finances, just insert whatever. And I have found that it's easier to move alongside other people in things that we're wanting to do. When we're doing it as a community, we really enjoy the encouragement. And other people going through it, we can relate, right? We weren't made to live in isolation, okay? So I just want to say how encouraged I've been by seeing all of you this past week. This community has been so great. I've been reading your posts and seeing your updates, and I love how people are showing up for themselves, but I also love how people are showing up for each other in this. It's just phenomenal. You guys are a sweet little community, and I love this. I see people in this choosing hard things. I'm just going to take some time to acknowledge this for a second. I see people taking steps of things that they may have been putting off for a long time. I also know that life happens, schedules happen, schedules change, unexpected things come up, we get tired, we get distracted, we have days where we don't feel like doing the thing that we said we were going to do. And honestly, that's just part of being human. But even in the middle of all of that, I have watched people continue showing up, and that's worth celebrating. So do a little dance, come on, just sing it out, shake it, whatever it is that you want to do to celebrate. One of the reasons I wanted our theme this week to be momentum over motivation. Momentum over motivation. Say that 5 times fast. Is because motivation often starts us, but it doesn't carry us forward, really. It doesn't really carry us forward, right? Motivation is usually connected to how we feel. Some days we feel motivated, some days we don't. Some days we wake up excited and ready to go. Other days, I don't know about you, but I know for me, I'd rather stay in bed. Some would rather eat the cookie, spend the money, avoid the conversation, put the walk off, and not do the things, right? And I actually hope that there's some peace in realizing that, because when motivation is low, many of us immediately make it mean something about ourselves. We think we're not disciplined enough, that we don't want it badly enough, or why can't I just get it together? But motivation isn't a measure of your worth. It's not a measure of your character, and it's not a measure of your commitment. It's simply a feeling. And we all know that feelings come and go, right? I mean, if you know me at all, you know I'm all about, let's process the emotions, let's discuss them. So it's not that these feelings aren't valid, because they are, but they change, right? Something else I've been thinking about is how much of our lives are lived on autopilot. We all have patterns, habits, ways of doing things that we have practiced for years. And many times we've made a choice before we're even aware we're making a choice. I'm going to say that again. Many times we've made a choice before we're even aware we're making a choice. So we reach for the phone, we skip the walk, we spend the money, we avoid that conversation, or we stay up later than we really wanted to. And not because we consciously decided that morning to do those things. It's not like anyone sitting at 8 a.m. deciding, I'm going to dismiss every choice I've made today, that I want to do all these things for myself and just not do them, and then choose to beat ourselves up for that. No one's really doing that. So we're not consciously making those decisions in the morning to do that, but those have become pathways, or those are pathways that have become familiar. They've become automatic. I hope y'all are hearing me on this, because some of this stuff is just really like, I don't even know the right word about living subconsciously versus conscious, right? I have a great friend who does an amazing job teaching on that, but these pathways that we have become very familiar. They've become automatic. And the shift isn't about shaming ourselves for that. It's about becoming aware of it, because awareness gives us a choice. Okay? And every time we choose to differently, every time we become aware and choose differently, even in the small way, we're creating a new pathway. Today, I went to the gym. I went to go work out, and I was honestly just done, didn't want to do it. But I'm doing my suitcase squats. Is that what they're called? I have weight on both sides, and I'm literally counting it out, making the choice to do it as I feel like I don't want to do it. I'm like, I don't want to do this. 1, I don't want to do this. 2. And then I'm seriously, like, that's what the shift is about. It's like, I'm aware that I'm feeling like I don't want to do this, but I'm still making the choice. 2, 3. So we're interrupting the autopilot. And that's why these little shifts matter. Not because they're huge, but because they help us become more intentional. And over time, those intentional choices begin to create evidence. And there's a word right there I want you to really listen to: evidence. Evidence that your choices matter. Evidence that change is possible. Evidence that you're capable of choosing differently. You start noticing things. You feel a little better. You have a little more energy. You might even sleep better. And you feel a little more present. Those changes may seem small to you, but they're enough to remind you that what you are doing matters. And that's where momentum begins. It's not in a burst of motivation, but it's in the summary or the accumulation of small choices made over time. And I think one of the biggest lies many of us believe is that if we miss a day, we have failed. But that's just not how it works. If you miss a day, choose again. If you miss 3 days, choose again. If you've had a rough week, choose again. Suitcase, 1, I don't want to do this. 2, I'm choosing again every single time, right? The goal is never perfection. It was always movement, and movement happens one choice at a time. And so, as we move through this week, I really want you to pay attention to this question for yourself. Where are you seeing evidence that your choices matter? Not perfection, not this huge transformation. It's like, oh, there's this huge thing happened, now everything's good. No, just evidence. What's one thing you noticed since choosing your shift? So the 2 questions, right? I'll put them in the WhatsApp community, and I'd love for you to share your responses to that in the WhatsApp community. Also, if after this live, I'm going to be sharing a short video from my friend Michael, who I will post it in the WhatsApp. I asked him to speak to the mind concept of things, and I think you're going to really find what he has to say very encouraging as we continue just to move forward together, right? Because remember, if you didn't do it yesterday, but you did it today, that's still victory. Little bits of forward movement have a way of adding up. You guys are awesome. We'll see you in the chat.